Yeah, Pooja, are your friends joining? Um, will any of your classmates be joining?
Yes, ma'am. I shared the link.
So we'll wait for another 2-3 minutes, huh? Then we'll start.
Okay, sure.
Thanks. Okay, we'll start the class. Hmm?
Ma'am, I think actually they got confused because one link shared in our group,
Hmm.
and I just shared this. So
Hmm.
just I called my friends, one two friends, and let them join.
Okay. Yeah. You want me to send the invite link again?
No, ma'am. For this only, I'll share and just call them to join this one
Yeah. Yeah. It's the
because
same link. Every class is the same link. The link
yes,
has
Yes,
never
ma'am.
ma'am.
changed. Hmm.
Actually, the confusion happened because
Huh.
in our official group, admin
There is
ma'am sent the another link. So, and we know that this link, yours link is going to happen for the all the classes. But
Hmm.
because of that link, some of the students are like confused for on which link we should join.
Okay. Okay. So I pasted it here again. You can share it with them. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you want me to wait another couple of minutes or shall we start?
yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Within two
Can wait.
minutes we will back.
Okay.
Two three students are joining from college, but there are some issues related to network, so they are joining within 2 minutes.
Shall we start the class?
Yes, ma'am.
When does your semester end actually?
15th June.
15 June. Okay. So we still have time to complete our classes. Okay. So I'll just share the presentation.
Ma'am, I told you 15th June about completion of our semester.
That's your classes
Yes.
end in 15 June, right?
No, whole semester, year.
Oh, so when do the
Yeah,
classes,
ma'am.
when are your last classes?
In May, ma'am.
Okay, I'll check with Vaishnavi, not an issue. Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So till now, what have we actually studied? So we started off by understanding that what is in Indic, what is the perspective that the world is made out of consciousness. Okay. And we saw that this consciousness is both external world as well as internal world. So the way we understood is that the external and the internal world, there are three forces operating on that world. That is basically the sattva, rajas, and tamas. So everything in this world is made out of sattva, rajas, and tamas. Okay. So external world is also sattva, rajas, tamas. Internal world is also sattva, rajas, tamas. Now, in the case of the Western, framework in Western science, we have many ways to understand the external world. So modern science does that very well. You have elements, protons, electrons, all. So we are not basically touching that. But we don't have too much of explanation on the internal world. Okay. So we are using the sattva, rajas, tamas concepts to understand the internal world. And we also saw that we ourselves are not just the physical body. We are also consisting of the mind and many other things. And so in that context, we saw the Pancha Koshas or the three Shariras. Stula, Sukshma and Karna Sharira. And what is in the Sukshma Sharira? We saw that the Sukshma Sharira is the personality that we have. Okay. So all these things, do you all remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this we did earlier. Then we basically said that on what basis do we act? How do we normally act? Okay, what drives us to act? So we saw that the sattva rajas
Sattva,
tamas,
Rajas, Tamas.
yes, sattva rajas tamas is what is making us act. Now, how do we act and how should we act? These are two different questions. Okay. How we act, sattva, rajas, tamas makes us act in certain ways. But actually, how should we act? Okay. So we saw that in nature, no, how should we act? That question is not there only. Because every creature acts as per the nature. The tiger will act like a tiger. The wolf will act as a wolf. The deer will act as a deer. The deer will not start killing animals and eating meat. The tiger will not turn vegetarian. The wolf will not turn vegetarian, right? But we saw that even though they are, the tiger and the wolf are violent, we saw the case of the Yellowstone National Park where even the violent animal was also needed because it is doing a certain job. It is helping in a certain way. It is keeping the balance. So this keeping the balance is what we call dharma. Okay, we saw dharma means making things sustain, keeping the balance, sustainability. Okay, that which sustains, that is only dharma. So we saw that in the case of nature, whenever something acts based on its inherent nature, based on its inherent guna, it's automatically following dharma. Then we saw what is the problem with human beings. We have two natures. We can be good, we can be bad. We can be the devil, we can be the angel. We saw that. Everybody remembers this? So the problem with human beings is we can be both good, we can also be bad. It is our choice actually, how we want to behave. So we need to be taught how to act. So if we just generally act based on our gunas, it might not lead to the right outcome. So we have to align our gunas and our actions in a particular way. All right. So the concept of dharma has come. So dharma has to be taught to human beings. It need not be taught to animals and other creatures because they act as per their nature. Their nature is dharma. In our case, we have dual nature. We can be good, we can be bad. So we have to align to the dharma. At the same time, we cannot go too much against the nature. You cannot expect a very, aggressive person to suddenly act very peacefully. You cannot expect a very passive person to suddenly become an extrovert. Okay, we can't. So we have to align our personalities with how we behave, but at the same time in such a way that it results in something very good. Okay. So getting a very academic, studious person and making them do a lot of exercises and running and physical things, and getting a very physical person to sit down and basically look at the computer screen for 8 hours, 10 hours, it won't work because the nature will resist. So we have to align the nature and the action. Nature and action have to be aligned with each other. And that is what Dharma teaches us, how to understand the nature, how to understand the action, how to create an alignment. Is this point clear? Do you have any doubts? Did you follow what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So we also saw that dharma is dependent on number of things. Can someone tell me what all is dharma dependent on? Please unmute yourself and speak. I just want to know if you remember. What all is dharma dependent on? Shall I call names? Shraddha, what is dharma dependent on?
Consciousness.
No, dharma is not dependent on consciousness. What is dharma
No,
dependent on? Hmm.
duties, it is dependent upon characters, ma'am.
No, dharma is dependent on many things. No, we saw Samanya Dharma, Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma. Right. So dharma is dependent on basically what is my nature. It depends on what is the kind of job that I'm doing. It depends on the family that I'm in. Okay. It depends on. So do you remember this diagram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. So the dharma is different for different people. And why is it different? Because the kind of duties that they do are different. The varna that they are in is different. The stage of life is different. Their gender is different. Their families are different. Their position in the society is different. Okay. So we saw that because of all these different things, dharma is different for different people. So dharma is dependent on all these things. Dharma is dependent on the kind of role that you play in society, the family you come from, your gender, whether you're a leader or not. So dharma is dependent on multiple things. Okay. I'm asking these again. These are very core concepts. Okay. You should have that clarity. So there are, and so for as an example, we looked at three things that dharma is dependent on: Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, Samanya Dharma. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm repeating this again and again so that you don't have, you're able to answer because you'll have more case type questions. Okay. So we saw that everybody's dharma is different. What is each person's dharma called? A person's unique dharma, what is it called?
Swadharma.
Swadharma. Okay. Your own dharma is called Swadharma. So Manasvi, is your dharma the same as Pooja's dharma?
No, ma'am.
No. Why? Because of various things. Your personality is different from hers, your family is different from hers. Okay, although you might have some common dharmas. What will be common dharma for you and Puja? What could be common? What could be a common dharma, Manasvi, between you and Puja?
I think we both are a student, so it
Exactly.
can be the common dharma.
Yes. So student dharma is common for both of you. Very good. Another common dharma is you're both humans. So the Samanya dharma is the same, right? So what is the Samanya dharma? Don't lie, don't steal, don't cheat. We saw all of that, right? So that is also common, right? So good answer. What is paradharma? What is paradharma? Anybody wants to answer? Rutuja, what is paradharma?
That is not Swadharma.
Correct. That's right, Shraddha. That is
Dharma of
not
others. Yes.
whatever is not
Yes.
my swadharma is paradharma. Usually, paradharma will be slightly different from my nature. Okay. So, for example, or it will be different from my age. So, I am a student, but expecting me to work and support the family, that may not be the right thing unless my family circumstances are like that. Okay. Or my nature is more of the research and R&D kind, but expecting me to do a very extroverted kind of a sales role, that might be a paradharma. So we saw that example also, that case study, right? Where there were two different people, and then the paradharma, they both were looking at each other's work and feeling like, oh, that person has a better job. But actually, when they exchanged jobs, they were not able to do it so well because the job has to be aligned to the nature. Do you all remember that case study? Okay, because it is these kind of case studies that I'll give in the exam. Okay, simple, small cases, and then you'll have to analyze it like this. Okay. Now, so we understood that dharma basically means to choose the action which aligns with the nature. Okay. And what is the issue, however, with dharma? And how do we know what is the right action? So that is what we're going to discuss today. If dharma is like this, why are people not, why is it that people are not following dharma? Why do people not follow dharma so much? Why is it, why is it difficult to follow dharma? Okay. And also, how do we know what is the right action? So these two we'll be discussing in today's class. So there is a saying that dharma is sukshma. Sukshma means subtle, means difficult to see, difficult to understand. You remember we have said sukshma sharira. What is sukshma sharira? It's that body which we can't see. We can only feel its presence. So the mind, the emotions, the thinking, we can't see this. It is not visible, but we can feel its presence. So sukshma is something which you cannot see easily, very subtle. So like that, dharma is also sukshma. We are not saying dharma is sukshma sharira. We are saying dharma is very subtle, very difficult to understand completely, very difficult to see. It's not obvious. It's not so obvious. Okay. We cannot make simple rules and say that, oh, this is the rule on dharma, this is how it is. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 dharmas, finished. We cannot print a list. These are the 4 dharmas. Learn it, memorize it, and apply it. No. Dharma is difficult to understand, and dharma changes. We need to be sensitive, we need to be intelligent, we need to be thinking to understand dharma. And what it means is that we cannot always know what is the right thing to do. We cannot always know what is the right thing to do. And that is the problem with life. We can never know. You'll never know. Today, you will choose a career, you don't know whether that is the correct one or not. You will choose a course, you'll never know if that's the correct one or not. You'll take a decision, you'll never know whether it's the correct one. Okay. So we can never know whether it is 100% correct or not. Okay. So every minute every moment we'll have to basically analyze. So one thing we have to be very clear is there are no rules for dharma. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rules. Dharma is over. It's not an algorithm. So do you understand what do we mean by dharma sukshma? Any doubts? So we'll do a case. Okay. So before that, so how do I send this case to you? I have a case study. How do I send it to you? Anybody, shall I send on WhatsApp? Aishwarya is not there. Usually I send it to her. Anybody else? Can I send it on WhatsApp?
I will share message.
Sorry?
I will send one text. Can you share there?
Your voice is not clear. Who's speaking? Pooja.
Pooja,
Pooja, what? How do I send? Do you have my number?
yes, ma'am. I have.
Can you send me a WhatsApp text?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you got it, Pooja?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just send it to your friends. Okay, and in the meanwhile, we'll do this small topic. Why is Dharma Sukshma? Because there isn't one role that we have. We also have professional roles. We also have roles depending on the stage of life and our family. We have roles to society. We have a role, general values that we have. There are so many things at any point of time. Okay. Should I act as per my, based on my religion? Should I act based on my duty to my family? Should I act based on what my job wants me to do? So we have many things that we have to take care of. It's very difficult to figure out what is the right thing or the right choice. Okay. So to understand that better, I have sent you all a case. All right. If you have all received it, just open up the case. I will also open it here. So have you all received this document? The difficult truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So it's 11 2 now. Take time till 11 10. Okay. And just read it once. Okay. And then I will ask you the questions and we will try to understand this concept of Dharma Sukshma. Okay. So about 7 to 8 minutes, just read it. Read the questions, try to think of the answers, and we will discuss. It's a very short case.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. In fact, we need not take okay, 11:10. Okay, 7 minutes. Have you all finished reading? Shall we discuss now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, it's a short one only, no? Okay. So, what is the case all about? Can someone summarize what's the case about? Abhishek, what is the case about? Abhishek, are you there? What is the case about? Has Abhishek dropped out? Okay. Suraj, what is the case about? Santosh, can one of you summarize? Yeah.
About case study, the shows a conflict between two important values, truth and non-harm, मतलब Satya and Ahimsa.
Mm,
So Riya noticed mistakes in her friend Aditi presentation, which can
mm,
affect the team, and so she feels she should tell the truth. But at
mm,
the same time, she
mm,
knows Aditi is emotionally sensitive and
mm,
speaking harshly
mm,
may hurt her. So Ria is confused about how to act. So this
mm.
situation shows that sometimes doing the right thing is not simple, and we must balance different values carefully.
Correct. So, Ria has basically two jobs. One is her role as a team member, and another is her role as a friend. Do you agree with that? So Ria is part of the college team. So she has a role as a college team member. She also is a friend of Aditi. So she has a role as a friend. So can someone answer what is the conflict over here between the two roles? Rutuja?
If
Go ahead. Sorry.
Riya tells the truth bluntly, it might it might hurt Aditi,
Hmm.
and if she stays quiet and ignore the mistakes in presentations, so
Hmm.
it can affect their overall team and their performance.
Correct. So, this is not unique. Actually, this is pretty common. Okay. We see this often. Sometimes when we work with very close friends, we are not able to be completely open with them because they will feel bad, and then sometimes they'll say, "Who are you to say?" Okay. So it's very difficult to work with close friends, mostly because these lines get blurred. Is it your duty to your work, or is it your duty to your friend, right? Many times what is the easy thing we choose? It's like the work, यार आज आएगा कल जाएगा, friend तो हमेशा रहेगी. Okay, so we choose the friend over the work many times. In fact, if you look at it, many of the corruption of the politicians, it is this only. Their relatives come to them. Do one favor for me. Do this favor for me. Do that for me. Do this for me. You are my friend. You have not helped me. Have you all seen this?
Yes, ma'am.
I take this example all the time, but let's look at Modi ji's example. Okay. He has a duty as his family member because his brothers and sisters are not rich. He is a prime minister. He can make anything happen, right? What is the big problem if he helps little bit his family? Right? He's the prime minister, he can do anything. But he never does it. He only sticks to his role. Because he cannot use his power as a prime minister to help his family. He feels that there's a dharma conflict. You all understand this? Maybe it is not much. Maybe he can. But the point is this. It will start with small things and then it will become big. Today, you might want to do something small, but tomorrow you might want to do something big. Has anybody heard of the name Chanda Kochar? Do you all know who is Chanda
No,
Kochar?
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I will give you all 3 minutes to go online and search on Chanda Kochar and tell me what is the issue of Dharma and Chanda Kochar. Can you take 3 minutes? I'll write her name. I'll write it here only.
CEO of ICICI Bank.
She was the CEO of ICICI Bank. She was very famous, because one of the first women CEOs. So she was like, everybody wanted to talk about her. She was like, one of those people who from an employee became CEO. What was the issue with Chanda Kochar? Why are we talking about her in Dharma? Can anybody find out what happened to her? What happened to Chanda Kochar?
The search results says that in 2025 she discloses her husband's business dealings with Videocon, which was nearly about accepting 64 crores bribe to approve a 300 crore loan from the Videocon.
Correct. So she was the CEO of ICICI, and banks, give loans. But she gave a loan because her husband wanted her to give the loan. Okay. So she forgot her dharma as the president of the ICICI Bank. Okay, as the CEO of ICICI Bank, she forgot that, and for a moment, she was doing what her husband wanted her to do, which was to give a loan which should not have been given. Okay, and that loan was misused. So basically, she, instead of doing her dharma as the CEO of ICICI, she maybe did her dharma as a wife, okay, and tried to keep him happy. In the process, the loan that they sanctioned, the bank sanctioned, was misused. So this is the conflict on dharma. We have to be very clear what is the thing that we need to do first. So you understood, Chanda Kochar? So what we are saying is that sometimes there are two places. Now, is the bank more important to her? Is her family more important to her? For most women, they feel family is more important than the job. Okay. But what we don't understand is the job comes with responsibility. The job comes with the responsibility. In the bank, she's dealing with crores of people's money. They have invested in the bank, they have deposited in the bank, right? So should she look at all those people, or should she look at that one husband and make him happy? Where is her intelligence in all of this? Where is her judgment in this? Okay, so basically what we are saying is that at any point of time, the different roles that we play, the CEO role, the employee role, the family role, all these roles might conflict with each other. What should you choose? Okay, is there a balance, and what price that this balance come with? So the fact that dharma is not very clear, you can never be sure what is the right thing to do. So in this case also with Riya and Aditi, should she tell that these are the mistakes, this is not right, and upset Aditi, or should she do what is right for the college? If she upsets Aditi, Aditi might not work properly after that, and it can also affect the team performance. So it is not so clear what is the right thing to do. Should she say it, but say it in a gentle manner? If she says it in a gentle manner, will Aditi understand it? These are the different issues that come up, okay, on this Dharma Sukshma. So you understood what is Dharma Sukshma?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So Dharma Sukshma basically says that we can never be sure what is the right thing to do, what is Dharma. So then why are we doing this course only? If we don't understand what is Dharma, why are we doing this course? Yes, Shraddha.
Ma'am, even if Ria told Aditi in
Hmm.
a polite manner, in a good way manner,
Hmm.
but Aditi has a personality that she is rajas. Means
Hmm.
she has a she is not calm person,
Hmm.
not a sattva person.
Hmm.
So regardless of telling that in a gentle and quiet manner,
Hmm.
she Aditi will get upset, ma'am. Means in most circumstances we can't avoid that conflict, ma'am.
You're correct. In many cases, we cannot avoid conflict. Okay. So that is
Yes.
something that we need to understand. So to walk the path of dharma, you need courage. What courage? The courage to handle conflict. Because walking the path of dharma will not be easy. Okay. It won't
Yes.
be easy. You'll have to do things which become unpleasant. In the long run, they are good, but in the short term, they are unpleasant. Okay. So that is the main thing. There is a very nice book which is called The Problem of Being Good. It is written by Ram Charan. He was a CEO and a very well respected leader in the industry. And he explains this concept in a book on Dharma, which is called The Problem of Being Good. If you're all interested in reading, I would suggest read that book. It's explored very nicely. Okay. So one second. Can you see my PPT now?
No, ma'am.
So I'm switching back to the PPT. So because we have multiple roles, okay, a professional role, family role as a citizen, okay, the role as a human being, our roles, our relationships with different people. There, we can never be clear what is the right thing to do. There's always going to be a role conflict. Okay, one thing we do here good, somewhere else there'll be a problem. Okay, so what is the right thing to do? We'll look at another case, okay, to understand this better. So what is the answer? We'll come to that later. But first, let us understand what is the problem with dharma. Okay, so can someone read this slide?
Case
Yeah,
study
Shraddha.
second.
Hmm.
Man at the door.
Hmm.
It is a late at night. You are at a home when suddenly there is a loud knock on your door.
Hmm.
You open the door slightly. A frightened man is standing outside. He is injured and panicking. He says, "Please help me. Someone is trying to kill me. If I go outside, I will die." You look outside and see a few people in the distance searching for someone. You must decide quickly. What is your immediate response? Why? Which values, example ahimsa, daya, responsibility, guide your decision?
Okay. Anybody wants to answer this? So somebody, you open the door, somebody is outside saying, someone is trying to kill me, please help me. What should you do?
My
Maybe
immediate
daya.
Yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead. Pooja, you were speaking. Is it who is speaking?
uh, maybe as Shraddha said, my immediate response will be Daya,
Hmm.
because I
Hmm.
can see someone's life is in danger, so
Yes.
I can help him, or I can call ambulance or any help from neighbor or the
Hmm.
elder ones who are present in my home or anything
Hmm.
like that.
Right. So the first thing will be compassion. Let me help this person. Anybody else has any other
Ma'am,
thoughts? Yeah, Aishwarya.
ma'am, or else, ma'am, he might be also threatened because if the person is coming to kill him, he can suggest him a storeroom
Hmm.
near his house where he
Hmm.
can hide, take the responsibility.
Okay. So you can suggest a place where he can hide and save himself. So
Yeah, you
basically
can
we basically we
responsibility.
want to help, right?
Yes,
Basically
ma'am.
we anybody says we should not help this man. Who feels we should not help this man? Okay, so everybody in this group feels we should help this man. So what is the information we have right now? There is a man, he's troubled, he's outside a house, he's saying someone is trying to kill me. This is the information. Now, the case is changing slightly. Some new information has come. Yeah. Someone wants to read it. Manasvi, you want to read this?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
So, case study 2, man at the door, new data. While the man is inside your house, you receive a message from a local group stating that a murder has just occurred nearby. The suspect matches the description of the man you have sheltered. The police are actively searching for him. Now you begin to wonder, is he actually the criminal? Does your decision change after learning he may be a murderer? Why or why not? What values come into conflict here? what would be the consequences of continuing to protect him or handing him over.
So what's going on now? This man who is asking you for help, is he innocent?
He
So
is not innocent, but we can't claim that he is murderer. There may be some circumstances that he may be facing, and in court it is not proven. Means until it is not proven, we can't state like he is a murderer. So I
yes,
will help only. Yes.
you will still help him. Okay. Who will say we should not help him? Who feels we should give him to the police? You've got message in your group. Okay. Those who feel we should call the police, put your hands up.
I think my decision will not change immediately because, as Shraddha said, we don't have any confirmation about that he is actually the criminal. But
Hmm.
I can help him still. He's in my house.
Hmm.
But on the other hand, I can call the police to
Hmm.
like to check or to have the help. Like if he is the murderer, so
Hmm.
the police can help me.
Hmm. But what if he turns violent? So anybody else has any other opinion? Should you protect him? Should you hand him over? Anybody else has? So Manasvi and Shraddha says we don't know he's guilty. Manasvi says we should hand him over to the police. Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am. If
Yeah, Pooja, your
if
voice is not
any
clear.
hello, am I audible?
You have to speak closer to the mic, Pooja.
Hello, now am I
Yeah,
audible? So,
not
ma'am,
very.
hello.
Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
ma'am, when we are get quite information about if he is maybe he's murderer,
Hmm.
we can't take risk to like हम रिस्क नहीं ले सकते कि वो आगे भी वैसा कुछ करे.
Hmm.
आवर फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी इज टू उनको हॉस्पिटल लेके जाना है, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई विल गो विथ मनस्वीज थिंग लाइक हमें पुलिस को इन्फॉर्म करना चाहिए,
Hmm.
क्योंकि इससे हम आगे के आने वाले ये अवॉइड कर सकते हैं.
Okay. So you also feel you should
हमें
give him to
धर्मा
the
से भी चलना होगा,
yeah. So you're also saying we don't know,
धर्म
we
से
can't be
चलना.
sure. We should basically maybe inform, hand him over to the police or take the help of the police. Okay. So does
Yes.
anybody feel that we should deny help to him? How many people feel we should not help him? Put your hands up.
Me, ma'am.
Oh, Manasvi, you feel you should not help him.
In real life circumstances, we will not help him only, ma'am.
Correct. That is absolutely the correct answer, Shraddha. In real life, we will not help him. Okay.
Ma'am,
Uh,
we will be still in fear. Should we help him or if we deny him,
you, that is
will he
correct, Aishwarya.
murder us only in that case?
Yes, we will be in fear.
While reading this case study, it feels like yes, we will do this and that. But in real life, if this case happens, we will
Yes,
definitely not help him.
correct. Correct. In the
But if we
first,
deny in front of everyone, then he will also kill us, no? At
correct.
that moment from the house itself.
So you don't know actually what to do, right? So the first time you felt sorry for him, you want to help him. Now suddenly you're seeing this extra data and you're like, oh no, I don't want to help him. He is a murderer. Maybe, I don't, maybe he might kill me also, right?
Ma'am,
Now,
and one more thing, there is a clue over here, like local group stated.
hmm,
So many people are stating the same thing.
yes, this is a local group. Maybe, many people know more. Okay. Now some more data. Okay. Anybody wants to read this? Okay, I'll read it. A little later, you overhear the people outside speaking. Something seems off. You investigate and discover the so called police are not real police. They are part of a group trying to eliminate this man. The man inside reveals that his family was murdered and he's being falsely accused. Now the situation changes again. Will you help him? Will you not help him? Okay. What becomes your dharma now? Anybody wants to take a call?
Ma'am, there again because his family has been murdered.
Yeah.
So we
So,
will try to help him, but the cops, again, they are the fake authorities and they are the real criminals.
yeah.
Our
So,
dharma will be now like we have to protect him uh, from the people who are being like so-called police. So we have to protect him from that false people, and we should not hand him over to wrong people.
Should not hand him over to wrong people, hand him over to the right people, right? So what have you learned from these three cases, from these three slides?
analyzing the
Dharma is
situation before taking a decision.
Analyzing the situation before taking the decision, but we never
Dharma
have.
keeps changing based on situation and the scenarios.
Correct. Dharma changes based on the situation and scenario, and also very importantly, based on the kind of information we have. Okay. Incomplete information, we never have complete information. Information is revealed to us only after some time. हमें थोड़ा सब कुछ थोड़ा मतलब समझ में आता है. Many times we take a decision, बाद में कुछ नया समझ में आता है, then we say, अरे यार, अगर if I knew this, I would have done like this. Have you not gone through that situation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. That's why we should always act unless and until it is not verified by ourselves only.
Correct. But then if somebody is chasing him at that moment, do you have time to do an investigation? No, no. Quickly you have to decide. Now, help him, won't help him. So many
I
times,
will help him, yes.
yeah, many times we have to act when there is no information. You cannot wait for all information to come. Okay. Sometimes the information that comes is wrong information. Sometimes it's partial information, yet we have to act. Okay. And this is how life is. Okay. So what we are basically saying is that, one second. So what is correct and what is wrong? There is nothing set. Ki this is correct and this is wrong. It changes based on the situation. Okay. It changes not only based on the situation, it changes based on my understanding of the situation. Always that man knows the people chasing him are crooks. He knows that. But I didn't know that. The reader didn't know that. Right? So, based on our understanding, things keep changing, our attitude keeps changing. So, Dharma is not fixed. It is based on the context, the knowledge, and the understanding, and it keeps changing. So, right action is not just intention. You have to have the right judgment, the right knowledge. The same action of protecting him can be wrong sometimes, it can be right sometimes, depending on whether he's a crook, whether he's not, whether he's really the murderer, whether he's not the murderer. Okay. So, dharma is not blindly applied. You cannot say that anybody who comes to me, I'll protect him. No. If he's a murderer, you should not protect him. If he's wrongly accused of murder, yeah, you should protect him. So you have to basically take a call with whatever information you have. So is this Dharma Sukshma clear to you all? What is the meaning of Dharma Sukshma?
Yes,
Dharma, yeah.
Ma'am,
So, yeah. Yes, Shraddha.
means it is said no that we should always perform our means duties. Like we have to always emphasize on our karma. So whatever our duties are there, we should perform. No, like saving someone's life. Then
Hmm.
at that time, if the information is incomplete, then we should protect him. No.
Correct. So based on the information you have, act. So if let's say he was a murderer and you did not know that and you protected him, it is not wrong. But once you know he's a murderer, then you should, uh,
Yes.
uh, not do it, right?
Hmm.
So, based on the information that you have, only you can act. But we need to be clear that our information may not fully be complete. So, we should always be also ready to change our understanding if new information comes to us. Okay, sometimes we might have to change what we have done based on new information that is coming to us. All right. So what we'll do is we'll take a maybe 10-minute break and come back.
Yes,
10
ma'am.
minute, yeah, 10-minute break is fine. Okay. So it's 11:32. By 11:40, come back. We will start one more new topic.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so if you're all back, we'll continue. Shall we continue? Are you all back? Shall we continue?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice. So we saw the concept of dharma is sukshma. Okay. So we saw that dharma is subtle. What is right in one context could be different in another context. And we can never be sure what is the right approach. And no matter what we do, there is a consequence. So if I save an innocent person, good consequences. If I save a murderer, not good consequences. So we can never be sure. That is one thing. Second thing is that we saw in the case of the friend, right? Aditi and what is it? Ria. Huh? What are the names? Ria and Aditi. So if I work as per the team, my friend will be unhappy. If I work as per my friend, then the team will be affected. So no matter what I do, there is some part which will not be okay. It will never be 100%. Everybody is happy. It's very rare that we can get a situation where everybody is 100% satisfied. Okay. So, how do we know what is the right way to take a decision? And there is a concept for it called Loka Sangraha. Okay. How do I know something, whether it's dharma or even adharma? Okay. What is the right action? So the yardstick is Loka Sangraha. What is Loka Sangraha? So in the Bhagavad Gita, there's the shloka. I'll just quickly read it out, but it's a Sanskrit. So it says, Karmaneva hi samsiddhi astita janakadaya loka sangrahameva api sampashyan kartum arhasi. So Lord Krishna says that when you do your duty, you should do it in a way that it is for the good of the world. And that's how all the great kings like Janaka and all have performed. So he says, if you look at how do you decide what is the right way to act, you should look at people like King Janaka. So King Janaka, has anybody heard of the name King Janaka?
Which name, ma'am?
King Janaka.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Who said yes?
Me, ma'am. Manasvi.
Who was King Janaka according to you?
Father of Sita.
Father of Sita. Okay.
Raja Janak.
Janak.
Raja Janak, yeah,
Janak.
ma'am, because it was Janka, so that's why I didn't understood. To see a father of Sita Maji,
Yes.
and he did, and he plowed that farms, and he got Sita ji.
Yes. So Janaka or Janak, okay, depending on how you say the name, he was a great king in this place called Mithila. Does anybody knows where's Mithila?
Sita ji's native place.
Yes, but where is it in the real world? Where's
Nepal.
Mithila? Nepal. Okay. So
Nepal.
he was the Mithila is in Nepal. So Sita is actually Nepali. So in Nepal, the he was the king of Mithila, and he was very famous not only for being Sita's father, but for being the king who always does the right thing. He's actually treated like a sannyasi, like a sadhu. He is not affected by, usually kings are very affected by richness. He's not affected by richness. He, no matter what happens, he does only what is good. So there are many stories about King Janaka. Okay. And maybe if I can, I'll maybe tell you a story later on about, what's it, Ashtavakra and King Janaka and all. I'll tell you maybe later on. But King Janaka was basically uh, treated like a king who was really, put the benefit of his people at the highest level. He was more interested in the benefit of his people. That we will see in a later class, something called Rajadharma. Okay. And so they always held him at the highest standard. So even Lord Krishna in the Mahabharata, he says that if you want to know what is the right way to act when you are doing your duty, you should look at people like King Janaka. Because by just doing his duty, he had achieved greatness. And how did he do his duty? He did it for the good of the world. Good of the world. That is what is called Loka Sangraha. Loka means the world. Sangraha means what is good for them, what is beneficial for them. So Loka Sangraha is basically what is beneficial for the world. Okay. So when we decide something, whether it's dharma or when we have multiple ways of acting and we are not sure which one is dharma and which is not dharma, then the way to decide the right way to act is based on what is good for the world. You have to ask yourself the question, what is good for everybody? What is Loka Sangraha? Whatever decision is Loka Sangraha, that is the dharmic action. Is this point clear to you all? So dharmic action is the action that results in the good of everybody or the good of the world. Okay. Now, everybody, it will not be good, but it will be good for a larger majority. What is good for the majority? Okay. And that is basically the way in which great kings like Janaka, etc., have acted. This is what the Bhagavad Gita shloka says. So, Loka Sangraha is basically whatever that leads to the unity and welfare of the people. And if something is going to be good for the people, essentially you can say that there is dharma in it. We saw that, the wolf chasing after the deer may not be so good for the deer. Okay. But overall, Yellowstone National Park benefited or not? 1 or 2 deers, yes, who got eaten up by the wolves. But by and large, the whole nature was doing well because the deer was also chased, the tree, it didn't overgraze, the trees were able to grow, the beaver was able to make its dam, the river was able to flow. So, 1 or 2 things we might have to do negative, okay? But overall, is everything positive? That is basically dharma. And how do we know this? Through Loka Sangra. So sometimes you might have to do harsh things. You might have to do harsh things, but overall, what is it a positive thing? For example, capital punishment. No, should we hang murderers? Okay, or should we imprison them? Why not give them freedom and leave them in society? We should not, because we have to look at what is good for everybody, right? So that is the concept of Loka Sangraha. Is this clear? We'll understand this a little bit more. Okay. So Loka Sangraha means whatever is preserving the people, preserving society, it's for the welfare of society. Okay. So when we do our duties for a higher purpose rather than just our own selfishness, that is Loka Sangraha. So we have duties and responsibilities towards the family, community, society, etc. So whatever action is at common good, which creates harmony, which creates sustainability, that is Loka Sangraha. Okay. Before we go into this example, let's look at this case study. Anybody wants to read this?
Case study, the factory decision, Lok Sangraha. Anil is the operation head of a manufacturing company in a small town. The factory employs hundreds of local workers. Many families depend on it for their livelihood. Recently, Anil discovers that the factory's waste disposal process is polluting a nearby river. This river is the main source of water for surrounding villages. Fixing the issue would require shutting down operations temporarily, spending a large amount of money, possibly laying off some workers if losses increases. Anil now faces a serious conflict.
Okay.
So conflicting Respecting dharmas, what is his varna dharma, what is his ashram dharma, what is his samanya dharma.
Okay. So he is part of the factory. There it employs many workers, but the factory is unknowingly causing pollution and they have now discovered it. What should Anil do? Okay. So can someone answer what is his Varna Dharma, what is his Ashrama Dharma, what is his Samanya Dharma? So what is his Varna Dharma? Anybody wants to take an attempt? Varna Dharma is the duty as per his profession, right? What is his professional duty?
To reduce the losses of the industry.
Reduces the losses of the company, right?
Yeah, as he's a manager over there, so he has to see that whether the factory's waste disposable process is not polluting.
Yeah, that he has to do. The factory waste disposal is not polluting, but
Or ma'am, on a professional case, it is like saving the goodwill of the industry.
yes, that is that. But also, he can't waste money and laying off workers. He has to protect the jobs also, right? So there are many things. Should he protect the company? Because if spending too much of money might put the company at risk. Laying off workers, it affects their livelihood. But at the same time, pollution is also there. Now, many factories maybe are polluting. Who knows? So, what is his Varna Dharma? As the head of the company, what are the 3-4 things which you are seeing?
He should run the company very responsibly,
Run
as
the
he is the
company
head of
responsibly.
operations.
Yes.
And also he should ensure that the company will follow all the rules and regulations, uh, like uh, like as they said that the factory's waste disposal process is polluting a nearby river, so
Hmm.
it is not ethical for the company, that they should follow the uh, ethical ethical rules.
See, the problem with ethical is expensive. Okay. So if he puts all these waste waste management things, everybody wants to do it. But why they don't do it? Because it's very expensive. And if he does it, he has to shut down his operations and spend a lot of money and even lay off workers. Is that good for the company?
No, he must, being a leader, he must strike a balance between both, between people, between employees and profit.
Correct. He must strike a balance. Okay. So that's a very right answer. Strike a balance. So we must understand that sometimes he can't just immediately stop the waste. He can do it, he should do it, but because we are all, environmentally conscious. But if it's your own company and it's your own business and it's your own money, will you do it? So this is the question to you all. Okay. If it is your own money, your own business, your own employees, and you have discovered, the government has not told you anything, you have discovered it. Okay. The government has not told you. What will you do? Will you keep quiet for some more time?
No,
Typically,
ma'am.
different people will answer this differently. Some of us might say, okay, I'll जब प्रॉब्लम आता है तब देखेंगे, राइट? अभी तो चलने दे. Some people say it in that way. Till the time it's not a problem, छोड़ दो. अरे यार सब डाल रहे हैं. Everybody is putting pollution. Why only me? They do feel that way. I will shut down my factory. I will put all the waste measure, but he is not doing it. Neighbor is not doing it. So even if I do it, what is the point? You understand this? This is how real life works actually. So his Varna Dharma is to protect the company. It is to create profits for the company. It is to protect his employees, it is also to run the company sustainably. Okay, so that is also a dharma. What is his ashra dharma? If he spends the money and he shuts down the company, will he keep his job?
No, ma'am.
No. What happens to his family then? So,
His family will not have any responsible person who will who will earn the money
correct.
for them.
See, you must know that Anil is only the operations head. He's not the owner. So if he does all these things, you think the owner will agree so easily? Not really, no? So do you think the owner will keep him or fire him?
He will fire him.
He'll fire him. He'll say, what is your problem? Right? Don't spend so much money. You do your job and you manage the operations. What is his Samanya Dharma? What is his Samanya Dharma? Any answers?
Samanya Dharma mostly represents the duty, like universal duty.
Correct.
So, in this case, Anil has to protect the people who are getting harmed by the polluted water.
Correct. Very good. So he has to tell the truth also that, this pollution is affecting everybody, right? He has to prevent the harm to nature and protect the people from pollution to the environment. Okay. So this is some kind of a, so you have all answered this. Okay. So now you can see, are these dharmas in conflict? If he does a Samanya Dharma, the company might not be so profitable. Okay. If he wants the company to, to keep the company happy, he might not be doing his Samanya Dharma well. If he goes against his company bosses, he won't be able to manage his financial stability and support his family. So there is always a conflict. If he keeps the company happy, he will be affecting the environment. If he goes against the company, he will be affecting his own personal financial stability. Do you see the conflict?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So what is the answer? So over here, can you see Dharma Sukshma? Where's the Dharma Sukshma? If he ignores the issue, factory runs smoothly, jobs are safe, but people and environment suffer. If he shuts down and says, I'm operational manager, I'm taking the call, the pollution will stop, but the workers might get affected. The company will suffer financially. Okay. So what should he do? What is the dharmic answer over here? And we saw, how do you decide what is dharma? Loka Sangraha. What does Loka Sangraha mean?
Preservation of the society at large.
Yes, society at large. So what is the at large, which is the better solution?
Ma'am, the lower one.
The lower one. Because
Yeah,
more
if we
people
shut
are
some,
affected by the pollution than the people in the factory, right?
or else,
So,
ma'am, instead of layoff, he can give him them some other work also. After some time, he can hire them in different profession of the company.
but he's only a operations manager, he's not the factory in
Ma'am,
charge.
like logistics, ma'am. In
Mm.
that case, he can hire the laborers for putting the stuff from here to there. So they will also get the job again.
Yeah, but the company has to spend a lot of money, to do the pollution control activities.
Right, ma'am. That is also an issue. And he doesn't have that much authority in that case.
Correct. He doesn't have much authority. Okay. So for Loka Sangraha, what action supports the well-being of the largest number of people? So maybe he can look at gradual, slowly, reduce operations, harmful operations, maybe slowly invest in cleaner technology, okay? And or maybe use the stakeholders. So many things, okay? So you can think about your own answer. But what we are basically trying to say is that there has to be a balance, which is what you guys have said. Okay. So Loka Sangra is ultimately the best. So if he was the owner, he should have shut down his factory, made the changes, and then restarted it. Okay. If he was the owner. If he's an employee, he should probably talk to the management and convince them that long term this is better. If he's very, very passionate about it, he might even quit his job and say, I cannot work for such an unethical company, and tell his family, I can't work for an unethical company. I'm quitting. I'm going to find another job. Meanwhile, we have to be careful that I'll be out of a job for some time. So there are many ways that he can act. Okay. Ultimately, we have to act in a way in which we feel that we are doing something right. Is this point clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
So whenever the dharma is in conflict, the test is loka sangraha. What is best for everybody, not just for me. So if this guy, I think what's his name, Anil, if he's a very passive guy, then what he'll do is let me just keep quiet and just do my job. It's not my problem. Okay. That is a very adharmic way of acting. Instead, he goes and he says, I might even lose my job, but it's okay. Let me at least talk to the management and give them some solutions. And if he's a very smart guy, he'll be able to both get a solution for this environment as well as for the management. He might be able to convince the management that if we do these things, this is how it will work out best for everybody. So win-win situation is basically what he has to look for. Okay. Is this clear? So what is the issue with Loka Sangraha? Why can't we just follow Loka Sangraha? In the previous example, why we could not just, we know that environment is best. We should just do it, do the environment norms. But what is the problem with it? Because we don't know really what is best for everybody. Also, our personal situation affects us. If I go against the company, I might lose my job. There's a short term and long term issue. So if I put that technology to clean it, then short term there's going to be a cost to the company, but long term it might help the company become more sustainable. And the thing is that no matter what I choose, somebody is going to be affected. So the shareholders may not be happy that there's short term loss. The employees might not be happy that there's a short term job loss. But long term, it might be good for the company. Long term, it might be good for the people and environment. So, Loka Sangraha, this is the issue. Knowing what is the right thing to do, we don't normally have full knowledge. Maybe the technology is not there also to fix this pollution issue. Maybe the technology is expensive, difficult to get. Okay. So, these are some challenges with Loka Sangraha. Is this clear? Any doubts, any questions? Do you have any alternative opinion on this? Okay, we look at one more case, okay? So, anybody wants to read this?
Case study, the new
Yeah, Mansvi, go ahead.
case study, the new highway project, Lok Sangraha. The new highway is planned to connect two major cities. The project promises faster transportation, economic growth, more jobs in the long run. Nisha, a government officer, is responsible for approving the project. As she reviews the proposal, she discovers benefits and issues. Thousands of people will benefit from improved.
Manasvi, you are on mute.
Businesses will grow, travel time will reduce significantly, a small village will be displayed, farmland and homes will be lost, a nearby forest area will be partially destroyed, some families will struggle to rebuild their lives.
Okay. So what are we talking about here? There is a infrastructure project, a new highway. What are the benefits and what are the issues? Anybody wants to take a stab? What are the issues? First, what are the benefits? Suraj, are you there? What are the benefits? Dhaval? Oh, he's Santosh. What are the benefits? Rutuja, you want to answer this one?
Hello, yes, ma'am. So the benefits of this projects includes like there will be a faster transportation. There is faster transportation, the time will be saved, and initially there will be economic growth, and always if there is economic growth, also this project brings more job opportunities in long run. So this is the project that will benefit for all the citizens there.
And what is the issues? Anybody else?
Ma'am, like as mentioned, some families will struggle to rebuild their lives. Farmers, farmlands, and the homes will be lost.
So basically, it's an infrastructure project connecting two
Nearby
cities.
forest area can be destroyed. These
Yeah.
are the major issues like environmental and societal issues that is addressed in the case.
Yeah. So there are two cities, and in the between of two cities, there will always be forest villages, right? So they want to build a highway between these two cities. So two cities will be benefited. Who will be affected? The people in the middle, right? The forest, the farmers, all the people whose livelihood is there, those people will be affected. So now, is it a good project or a bad project? How do you know? Is it causing harm to everybody?
No, ma'am.
Is it causing damage to everybody?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So most of the time, answers are like this. Some people get affected, some people get benefited. So how do you
Well,
choose?
larger interest is considered.
Huh? Larger interest.
Yes, ma'am.
So what is the larger interest here?
Ma'am, many people are getting benefits
Many people are
like
getting benefits.
improved connectivity, time travel reduces, then business will grow, incomes will come,
Yeah.
and so on. But very less there are disadvantages as I address the three of them.
This is the actual problem of development. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So the country will develop. Okay. Businesses will grow. Economy will develop. But what will get affected? Environment will get affected. Farms will get affected. This is the problem with development, actually. Okay. So it's not like it's not dharmic, but sometimes there are people who are affected. So basically, she has to decide city versus village. Okay, development versus people, immediate suffering versus future benefits. Future benefits, once the road is built, so much, progress will happen. But at the same time, when till the, when we cut down the trees, environmentally we get affected, right? So you have to choose Shreyas versus Prayas. What is Shreyas here? What is Prayas here? Okay. Will the environment damage be irreversible? We don't know. Okay. The thing is that so they'll have to do a study, they'll have to find out, then they'll have to see, okay, can this environmental impact be managed somewhere else? The fact is that there is no perfect solution, and every action has a consequence. Okay. Every action has consequences with effect, and that is what we call as karma. So the challenge with Loka Sangraha, it's difficult to know what is the larger good. We don't always have full knowledge. We also, so in order to know what is good, what is important is clarity of thought. Do we have control and clarity? Also, are we aware of our own biases? Okay. Do we know the difference between short-term and long-term issues? Let me see. Do I have one more case for you all? Just let me see. Okay. So just to summarize, okay, because we are kind of ending this dharma concept. All right. So we saw that dharma is basically how things are kept sustainable, and dharma is based on the nature of, when things act as per the nature, there is automatically dharma in the environment. In our case, because we have the ability to do both good and bad things, dharma needs to be taught to us. And how do we understand dharma? Based on our responsibilities. And what is our responsibility? It depends, right? Because we have responsibilities based on our job, based on our family, based on our, based on the environment, based on multiple things. Okay. And so whenever we take an action, it can never be 100% sure whether it is dharmic or not, because some actions are good for some people and affect other people. So to choose the right action, you need to use what we call the test of loka sangraha. Are maximum people benefited from this? If maximum people are benefited, then that is the action I choose. So in this case, when the road is being constructed, ultimately a new road is always beneficial to the country and to the, to many people, right? To all industries, to the people living in the cities. It will result in growth. So you might have to take a decision based on that, but it doesn't mean that there will not be consequences. Yes, there'll be environmental damage. Yes, some farmers will lose their land. Yes, there will be people unhappy. There will be protests. So we have to basically consider everything before we take a decision. So you understood these concepts: dharma sukshma, swadharma, okay, loka sangraha, samanya dharma. All this is clear. This is like some few concepts on dharma. Anybody asks you on dharma now, will you be able to answer?
Anything that sustains.
Whatever sustains.
Yes.
And what ultimately sustains is what is good for everybody.
Yes, ma'am. Good for the society.
What is good for everybody, that is the most sustainable solution. And therefore, that is the most dharmic solution.
Right, ma'am.
Okay, so Loka Sangraha is basically, it's very simple. It's not a rocket science. What is good for everybody, that is the most sustainable. What is everybody? Everybody affected. You have to look at everything. Human beings, animals, everything you have to look at. Only then you can decide. Sorry, any questions? Someone asked something? Okay. And what is sustainable? Will it be short term or long term?
Long term.
Yes, you always have to look at what is it long term. So short term, it might be creating problem, but long term is basically the answer we have to look for. Will the answer be very clear to us? What is dharma? Yeah. Sorry, can you repeat that? To know what is the right way to act, is it very clear to us all the time? Is dharma easy to understand? Is it always clear to us?
No, ma'am. Because
No.
always the information is not available fully with us.
Correct. Always we don't have perfect information. We cannot predict the future. We don't even know in the past whether we have understood all the information of the past also. So that is why it is kind of difficult to know the right way to act. Dharma is difficult to figure out. Okay. So why are we saying this? Because we should be clear in our minds that today we have taken a decision based on the information that we have, and we should not be very egoistic and say this is the only solution. Sometimes it might not be the correct solution. We should be flexible enough to revisit it and fix the problems. Most people, what they do is once they've decided something, they justify. So even when they get new information, they don't really act as per the new information. So, like for example, the factory built a factory, they did not realize that they are actually polluting their environment. But later on, when they realized it, are they trying to fix it or not? Okay. So when you built it, you might have built it with good, you might have thought, okay, I want to give employment to people. But then you did not realize that you are polluting the industries because maybe they didn't know that chemical that they're using is bad for the environment. Okay. Like many places, later on only in the 1960s and 70s, many people started producing plastics. Only now later on they realized that plastics are causing cancer. Okay. But when they built it at that time, maybe they did not know it. So like that, we do a lot of things later on only we understand the impact of our actions, but we should be flexible enough to review it and change it. Only then we can come back on track. Okay. So these are some important concepts. I think today's class, we can end it maybe 10 minutes earlier. Okay. Any questions? So I want to test some of the people over here. So if I ask you to write an essay on Dharma, what will you write?
I would like to write the meaning of it as well as the story which you like Yellowstone
Yeah.
Forest.
Hmm.
I would like to write that, and I can narrate an incident also where I use my dharma and intelligence.
Hmm.
So those things I would like to encounter and write in my essay. Plus, we can write some things regarding to the real life situation, what Modi ji is taking, how he's sustaining during the
Yes.
COVID time, how he's taking the decisions for sustenance and dharma.
Yes.
As we
COVID is a
maintain,
very good example of Dharma.
yes,
What
ma'am.
should you do? Should you shut down the factories and cause economic loss, or should you keep people in quarantine and protect their lives?
Yes, ma'am. We must keep the people in quarantine and protect the rights. Moreover, Modi ji also used that spiritual effect, which
Hmm.
didn't bore anyone of the us.
Yeah.
Different task was there every month or every weekend.
But even today, people are very angry that there was shutdown in COVID because many people became poorer because of COVID shutdown, right? Many lives were saved, but many people were affected. So
Yes, ma'am.
even today, people are very upset with what happened in lockdown. You can ask people, they will say, "Oh, lockdown affected my business. Modi is very horrible. He never thought about it." Okay. So no matter what you do, there will be a population of people who are not happy. But you have to look at what is right for everybody. Okay.
The larger interest should be considered more.
Larger interest should be considered more. And was it easy decision to take?
No, ma'am.
Not easy, right? So short term, huge losses. India economy was heavily affected. But long term, yes, many people's lives were protected. Okay. So this is how we need to understand dharma. Is dharma easy to follow?
No.
What is it? What do we need to do in order to follow dharma? What do we need?
Ma'am, actually, we have to convince people for
Yeah,
this
we have to
so that
convince
they
people.
support our decisions because many of time people are tamas, having the tamas mentality.
First
Like
of
they
all,
are
you have
not.
to convince yourself.
Yes,
Yes, we
we
should decide
convince
what is right
ourselves.
and what is wrong. We should,
Many times, yeah, what is a dharma will not be actually helping you. Do you agree?
Yeah,
Some
first we
yes,
have to
ma'am.
enlighten ourselves.
correct. Sometimes what is good for others may not be good for you personally. It might be good for others, but it might result in you getting affected. You've heard of whistleblowers? Have you heard of
Yes.
whistleblowers? What is a
Yes,
whistleblower?
ma'am.
Someone who tells whatever the wrong is going on,
Yeah.
means yes, he
One who
tries to
reveals.
expose that thing, a wrong
What,
thing.
correct. One who reveals something which is wrong.
Yes.
What happens to whistleblowers mostly?
Mostly they
Attack.
are removed from the job or they face
Yeah,
harassment
they
and
are
issue or
harassed, they
mental
are
issues.
affected, they are
Yes.
hurt, they are damaged. And have you heard of Edward Snowden?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, have you heard of WikiLeaks?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So I would suggest you learn about this WikiLeaks, okay? So, I'll tell you. So there was a guy called Julian Assange. WikiLeaks, no, what he did was he was a guy from Australia, and he was a journalist, and he had set up a website called WikiLeaks. This was about 15-20 years back. And all these American secrets, no, government secrets, he published it over there. What secrets? All the wrong things that the American government was doing, wrong things. Okay. And they were very, very, there were like a lot of wrong things that the American army had done in Afghanistan. There were a lot of very, dirty information which had come out. Okay. The election interference, how they manipulated the elections, lot of things. He put it on his website, okay, to make it available to everybody. Guess what happened to him?
Maybe he was killed.
Very close to it. So he was almost killed, but first they framed him in some case. They put all kinds of case to him, saying that he behaved badly with somebody, and they tried to arrest him, okay, and put him in jail. And if he had gone to jail, definitely they would have killed him, okay. So instead, he ran away and he hid in the embassy of some company, a country. Okay, and in if you sit in the embassy, no, you're given immunity. If let's say Australia has an embassy in India and somebody runs and sits in the Australian embassy, Australian runs and sits there, then even the Indian government cannot go and, even though the guy is sitting in Delhi, if he's sitting inside the embassy, Indian government cannot pull him out without the permission of the embassy. Okay? Anybody sitting in the embassy has protection. So, for example, unless you are at war with that country. Okay. So American guy has done murder in India and run into the embassy and said, please protect me. And the American embassy is saying, okay, I will not give him to you, India government. I'll not. Okay. Because he's American. I don't care whether he's killed anybody or not. I'm not going to give him to you. So embassy can take that kind of a position. Okay. They can go against the country in which they're sitting in. Embassy is basically the representative of some other country in our country. You know that, right? So Assange was sitting in this Ecuadorian embassy, and for 14, 15 years, they tried to get him out. All kinds of things they did. Finally, his case came and they pardoned him and he went back. Okay. But for 14 years, he lived in one room in the embassy because he published secrets about the US data. He knew that the moment he leaves that room, no, they will kill him. So that's what happened to one whistleblower. Another example is a guy called Snowden. Okay, Edward Snowden. So you should read these two cases, and it'll give you an understanding. So they try to follow dharma. What this Assange said is that there are certain wrong things which the American government is doing. I have to expose it. It's my dharma to expose it. But did it help him? No. 14 years of his life, he was actually persecuted. So to walk the path of dharma is not easy. You have to be very brave, very strong, and very, very sure that what you're doing is right. Okay. Any thoughts, questions?
Ma'am,
Hmm.
till now today, whatever we have covered the syllabus or the coursework, can you please share the PDF till now? So
Till
it
today,
will
I will
be.
I will send it to you. And have you all been able to see the YouTube videos? Did I share it with you?
No, ma'am.
Okay, 1 second. I'll send you the videos. Just give me a minute. Okay, I'll just share the link over here on chat, and I'll also give it to you, Pooja.
Got it, ma'am.
Yeah, it's there on chat, and I've also given it to you on
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So you'll be able to get the videos, and I'll also send the PDFs after some time, okay? On email,
Okay, ma'am.
okay?
Ma'am, whatever is taught will it be tested for exam after minor one, right? Till today date.
Yes, yes, whatever is after minor one. So I will clearly call out the portions. So we will do another two more things. So Dharma will be a major topic, okay? And the Varnashrama will also be a topic. And then we'll also have to basically do something called Raja Dharma, okay? So I have asked actually, so we'll have 2 2-hour classes, and in that we'll try to complete the portions as much as possible.
Ma'am,
Okay.
in your message it was mentioned on Thursday also we are having the same routine.
Yes, 2 hour class on Thursday also. Okay.
Noted, ma'am.
Okay. All right. 1 second. I'll take the mm, attendance, and then we can almost finish the class. Okay. Meghna is present. Absent. Rutuja is present. Okay. Prithviraj.
Present, ma'am.
Prithviraj absent. Shri Krishna absent. Suraj present.
Present, ma'am.
Present is what? Suraj. Okay. Vineet absent. Abhishek.
Present, ma'am.
Who just said present?
Abhishek.
Abhishek. Okay. Abhishek present. Pooja present. Mayur absent. Aishwarya present.
Present, ma'am.
1 second.
Ma'am,
Yes.
Pooja is present. She is having some network issue.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
ma'am, I'm
Yeah,
present.
Pooja is present. I know that. Bharat absent. Santosh present. Dhaval, I saw him present. Rehan absent.
Present. Present, ma'am. Rehan present.
Rehan present. Okay.
Yes,
Shraddha
ma'am.
present. Kedar, I didn't see. Absent. Prerna absent. Savari absent. Yash absent. Manasvi present. And Sangam present. Absent. Okay. So absent is basically Sangam, Yash, Savari, Prerna, Kedar, Santosh.
Ma'am, Santosh
No,
is
sorry,
present.
not Santosh. Bharat, Mayur, Vineet, Sri Krishna, Prithvi Raj, and Meghna. Correct? All right. Okay, thank you. We'll meet again on Thursday. Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks. Bye.